Alright, hey there, we're gonna be doing some basic modeling. We're gonna be using some basic tools as scale, rotation, and move, and using our selection. And right now we're gonna look at our 4 viewports. To enter a viewport, we're gonna press the spacebar. And right now we're gonna enter our perspective viewport, and we're gonna get ready to create our object, and we're going to start modeling. So first we're going to go to create polygon primitives, and we're going to create a cylinder. Make sure you have interactive creation turned off. I just find it a bit more better to sculpt than create your objects when you just import them from your 0, 0 on your grid. So we have our object, our cylinder, in object mode, which outlines in green. If you want to see a shaded cylinder, you press Fall F, which shades your objects and almost as if the material's on them, or you can leave wireframe. I'm just going to keep wireframe for now, and so we'll start sculpting our cylinder. Now to turn and rotate your view like I'm doing, just hold down Alt, click your left mouse button, click and hold your middle mouse button to pan, click and hold, remember this is with Alt, click and hold your right click and Alt, zoom in and out, or just use your scroll if you got a scroll to zoom in and out. So we're going to go to our front viewport, we're going to right click, hold right click, and we're going to select vertex, and we're going to make sure you have your vertexes on there, and hold, drag a marquee over your top vertexes. And we're going to press spacebar, exit our viewport so we can see what we're doing. Press W, and we're going to move all those vertexes up so we can get a nice big cylinder the shape of our baseball bat. Alright, that looks good. I'm going to press Q and deselect. Select our object. We're going to press E to rotate. And you see we get a little weird looking thing if you're not used to seeing it, which has our 3 axes. We're going to go up to our tool settings. And we're going to click that and get that out. We're going to go to P cylinder 1, which is our polygon cylinder 1, and we're going to go and rotate that now. I'm going to select our first, which is our X axis, and we're going to type in 90, not 190, and press enter. So we can flatten out our bat, and press Q, or just click your arrow up there and press W, and we'll move that back into the center of our grid so we got a nice cylinder to work with. Now hold our spacebar, and we're going to get our hot box here, and we're going to click edit mesh, click and hold edit mesh, and we're going to go insert edge loop tool, and we're going to insert some edge loops. Click your tool, get your tool settings out, and you can put it on 1. I'm going to make sure you have use equal multiplier and multiple edge loops ticked, so that we're going to insert 1 first at a time, show you how that works. That way it inserts it directly in the center. We can press W to move our edge loop around wherever we want to. Don't do that. But we're going to move this one down towards the handle, just like that. There we go. That'll help us define our handle at the bottom there, and then we'll press Q just to deselect that. And we're going to get used to using our hotbox and go down to edit mesh, click and hold. Go back to our insert edge loop tool. Remember, we have our tool settings over here, and just click that just to get it up and so you can see it. And now we're going to turn those edge loops up and insert multiple edge loops. We're going to insert 5 here, and we're just going to click. Remember, if you don't have edges selected, it doesn't matter when you're on your insert edge loop tool, but To edit edge loops after, you want to have edges selected, which is just you right click over your object and press edge. Right now we're just going to insert our edge loops, and they are spaced evenly, as evenly as it can get since I inserted that one by itself. So we're going to deselect that, and now we're going to move and place our edge loops individually. Remember, hold right click and select edge to select an edge loop. Highlight one of the parts on the edge loop and double click, which will select the whole edge loop all the way around the circumference of that cylinder. So we're going to press W, which is our move. We're going to move that down so we can define our handle a bit more. Alright, I'm going to select this one. I'm going to move that one down to define our handle. Now we're going to press double click our bottom edge loop, and we're going to press R to scale. And we're going to scale that one uniformly, so we're going to grab the yellow handle, yellow box, to scale uniformly. That looks alright. Double click this edge loop, and since our scale tool is already on, we're going to grab that orange box and scale that one down as well. Zoom out, have a look. I'm going to grab my other edge loop and scale that one down as well. Remember, play with it. Make sure, have it looking the way you want it. Right now it's getting there. Now I'm going to move this edge loop, double click your edge loop, have edges selected. Press W, and we're going to move our edge loop towards the top so we can define the top of our bat later. We're going to grab this edge loop, zoom in, pan over. Remember, Alt and your mouse buttons will help you get into place with your view. Oh, I clicked the wrong one. There we go. Grab our edge loop, and we're going to press R. We're going to scale that one down. Yellow box, scale uniformly. Looks pretty good. Remember, this is only a basic model, so for all you beginners out there, and if you wonder about my custom shelf, I can do a tutorial on shelves later if that comes up. But for now, that looks kind of good. We're gonna press 5 to see our shaded model. It's getting there. We're gonna zoom in. Grab our top edge loop, and we're going to press R. We're going to grab our yellow box to scale uniformly. Have it a bit rounded there. Now we're going to our front view, or whatever view has your top on there. Actually, I'm going to grab it right from here. And right click. Select vertex. Deselect your edge loop there, and a little marquee over your single vertex, and we're going to press W, and we're going to make that one go out just a little bit, just create a little rounded top. There we go. Spacebar, tap spacebar to exit and enter viewports. We're going to grab our bottom one, and we're going to press W, and we're going to move that one up inside a bit. There we go. Starting to look better. Select these vertices. We'll make our bat a little bit longer. Grab these two sets. And press W and move those up. There we go. Not too bad. Remember, if you have textures applied, you press 6 to view textures, 4 for wireframe mode, 5 for shaded, 1 for default smoothness, 2 for smoothness preview, and 3 for a smoothness display of 3. So we're going to right click, go into object mode. Make sure you're using the right click menu because this really speeds up your workflow. You can also go up here and select object mode or components and select the type of components you want, but it's much quicker to just right click. We'll select our bat again and go back to our default polygonal shape that we have here is really square. So if you want to go ahead and smooth that out, you can go hold your spacebar to open your hotbox, and you can go click on mesh and smooth. You can smooth that just like that. But I'm going to undo that. I usually save my smoothing or wait for the end. And right now that looks pretty good. So we're gonna select our bat, and if you have any need to make any changes with it, just right click. Go to your edges if you want to shift your edge loops, because shifting your edge loops really shapes your bat. I don't want to do that. If you want to select multiple edge loops at one time, you can double click one edge loop and hold while holding shift. Double click your other edge loop and you can scale these at the same time. You can push W and move both of these at the same time. Remember, push Z, not Control Z, just Z, or Z to undo. And right now I'm gonna go to object mode. I'm gonna press 2 to give it a smooth preview. Excuse me. Have decent looking bat shape. Now to render this out. Oh, and if you're wondering about the polygon count, you can go display. Let's head to display polygons. Head to display, and your poly count is right there. If you want to see your poly count, as you can see, when you smooth an object, you increase your edges, faces, tries, all respectively. You increase them quite a bit. So if you want to use this in any type of post-production, usually you want to keep a small poly count, but we don't, because we're just going to use this for getting a render and getting a nice looking object. So since we got our bat done, remember, if you need to see attributes or tool settings, they're all over here. So I'm pretty much done with my bat, so all I want to do now is I'm going to click this little class slider, and we're going to use the Maya's default rendering settings, and we're just going to click that, and we have our bat. And if we really want to get a nice looking bat, we can, what am I doing? Hold your hotbox, go mesh, and we're going to click smooth, and we'll smooth it for the render, and it looks nice and baseball shape, baseball bat shape. And we're going to render with the default. It's going to a little dark, but that's our baseball bat. And I hope you guys like the tutorial. It's very basic, but hopefully it shows you what you need to know for helping you shape and sculpt and rotate, scale, move. Don't forget Q is your selection. Use your selection. And that's it. Thanks for watching. If you need to pause anything, go for it, and watch it again and again if you need to, if you missed anything.